General Ian Cardozo, on my left, is an enigmatic military leader. His ability to surmount odds makes him a symbol of three J's, which is so important for any soldier and a leader. And these three J's are Josh, Jazba or Junoo. On my right, General Syed Atta Hasnain, he's had an exceptional innings. His ability to innovatively resolve intricate issues brought about a marked shift in the psyche of security forces, civil administration, and the Kashmiri populace, thereby infusing an environment of peace, harmony, and bonhomie, which is so important to defeat anti-national elements. He is popularly called the People's General. Please give them a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We have a feast of stories. Stories of valor, grit, determination, and resolve. Statistically speaking, there is 100 years of military experience on stage as of now. 40, 40 and 20. But we have only 40 minutes to cover these stories. So we'll follow the principle of, as we call, one of my instructors used to say, a mini skirt principle, where we cover the essentials and leave the rest to imagination. General Cardozo, sir, first, what is this marigold on your jacket?
Firstly, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. This marigold, I wonder whether you know that every nation has a flower to commemorate the war dead. And the Commonwealth countries commemorate the war dead with the poppy. Now, India has fought 5 wars since independence. Should we not have our own flower? Why should we have a hand-me-down given to us by the British? We need to have our own flower. And which is that best flower? It's the marigold. Because the marigold is celebrated by all of us from birth to death, from womb to tomb. So, but I don't know why nobody is listening. Like was said early this morning, people are talking not to you, not with you, but at you. Nobody is listening. I leave it to all of you. Please help me in this campaign to make the marigold the flower for India's dead. Thank you so much.
Sir, you started your career with a bang, as they say. A gold medal and a silver medal at the NDA, a feat which remains unparalleled till date. Thereafter, you have the experience. You are one of the most celebrated war veterans amongst us in the country. You participated in 62 ops, 65 operations against Pakistan, 71 operations against Pakistan for the liberation of Bangladesh. Please, can you retrace your journey from your NDA till the end of Battle of Sylhet, where this unfortunate incident happened with you?
Firstly, I will follow your principle of the miniskirt principle. There's so much to talk about. When I was in the NDA, I'm cutting out a lot of stuff. It's in my book, Kartusa. But to come to what the question, my mother had taught me, do what is right, irrespective of the consequences. I tried to follow her advice. In my 5th term, I had to fight the boxing captain who was a killer. He was a Golden Gloves champion in Bangalore before he joined the academy. He won all his fights by knockouts, and I had to fight him in the finals at the NDA. My squadron commander didn't want me to fight because the same day was the hockey finals. and we were on the run for the squadron championship. But I said, sir, I can't walk away from this. It will be an act of cowardice. I'll cut it short. The army chief, General Padmanabhan, met my eldest son, who followed me into the Gurkhas, at Dalhousie. And he came across him, he saw Cardozo on his chest. He said, Cardozo, sir. Are you related to General Cardozo? Sir. Who is it to you? My dad, sir. Did your dad tell you of the thrashing he got in the NDA? No, sir. Ask him. So I had to tell him the story of how I got the beating of my life in the NDA, but I did not get knocked out. So, although I didn't win, I lost, but I also won. That helped me to become the academy cadet captain in my final term. Again, cutting a lot of story short. In those days, we did have British officers with us. We had an Irish officer who was fourth in the line of hierarchy in the NDA, and we had a major from the Gurkhas whose English was very poor, but he decided he was focused on making all of us rascals with the NDA, the best officers in the world. And he ruggered out us. We had a rough time. Nobody liked him. So, at the battalion social, he was imitated. And he said, he was humiliated, and he said, I will never come again. I said, sir, as long as I am the academy cadet captain, you will not be imitated. He said, Cardozo, don't make a commitment you will not be able to honor. I said, no, sir, I will honor it. I never realized I would be put to the test. Because just before the passing out parade, that Irish colonel wanted to get his own back on this major. He called me and said, you will be the mess havildar, so-and-so will be so-and-so, you will imitate Major Sanghi. Sorry, didn't want to mention the name. Now the question is, what should I do? He was here with a whole lot of officers, captains, majors, lieutenant colonels, and he called me and he said, you Academy Thingamijay, come here. I said, sir, you will imitate. Now I was on the run, I was the ACC, Academy Cadet Captain. So ACC is normally in the run for one of the medals. And I was asked to imitate that officer. What should I have done? On one side was one of the medals. On the other side, I would be breaking my word of honor. And I, as a cadet, I'm sorry to be talking about myself, but I think there's a lesson for all of us here to do what is right. So I told him, I said, I'm sorry, sir, it can't be done. He couldn't believe that a mere cadet could challenge an officer's seniority. He was a Gora. He became purple, not red. He became purple with anger. He said, I'll break you. I'll withdraw you. I'll break you till you won't pick up the pieces again. Get out from it. So I ran away. 3 officers saw this. This is insubordination. It's the first time an ACC will be punished. What's wrong with you? Come at 3 o'clock for the rehearsal. I never went. And at the final passing out parade, I was called out by the RSM and said, come back to the quarterdeck. And somebody else took charge of the parade, so I said, there goes my parade, there goes my command of the parade. And another cadet was given 2 medals. I said, there goes my medals. But it worked. And I'm the first cadet to get both the gold and silver medal. And an order was passed subsequently, as he has said, no one will get more than 1 medal. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, sir. That's it.